It's all about the deal at Brunswick Auto Mart. Save big this month with deals like this. Don't miss the Make This the Summer event and lease a 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab Night Edition 4x4 with 20-inch blackout wheels for just $375 a month. Or lease a 2022 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cab for just $397 a month. Brunswick Auto Mart. Car buying made truly simple.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another Believeland Prep Interview. I'm your host, Kevin Slez. With me always, my co-host, Joe Yule. How's it going tonight, Joe?
I'm good, Kev. I'm good. Excited for our special guest tonight.
Yes, we have a special guest with us tonight. He is Tallmadge Blue Devils head coach, Mike Hay. How you doing, Coach?
Not too bad. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on with us.
So, I think a big name for you guys this year is Colin Dixon, wide receiver, DB, probably the most well-known player and everything. What's it like coaching a player, obviously having such a bright future, and you look for that in every kid just to have a success after high school, no matter what it is. But, seeing that he's already committed to Wisconsin, what's it like coaching a player of that magnitude?
It's kind of funny. He's like a mini celebrity here in town. The youth kids around, they want autographs. They want to meet him whenever, and it's not lost on him how important it is to be a good role model for those kids. And he always takes time to talk to those kids and goes to the middle school games, to youth games, comes to all of our camps, does everything because he knows how important that is, and what a role he plays not only in our current situation, but trying to keep these kids here going forward, and to have somebody to look at that does things the right way, both on and off the field. He's a great student. He's a coach on the field, and he makes it really easy to coach him. That's for sure.
Very cool. So you're a Tallmadge grad, correct?
Correct.
And you've been there since 2001, fourth year as head coach. So what's it like being able to coach at your alma mater and being there for so long?
It's awesome. My middle school team, so I'm like, and at the same time, when things aren't going well, everyone knows who you are and where you live too. So it's just a different world. But I wouldn't ask for anything different. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome. Tallmadge plays in the Suburban League, and it's a competitive league on both sides. What's it like coaching in the Suburban League with how competitive it can be?
Yeah, I mean, even if there's a down year here and there, there's still going to be 3, 4, 5 teams that are ultra competitive. Try and sell our league to like our 8th grade kids, let them know just how good this is and how many players come from these playoff runs in this league every single, and hopefully us. Even when Kent is down a little bit, they still have athletes. And same thing with Revere. They were down a little bit, and they put 3 kids at D1 college in 3 years. One of them in Ohio State. So even when teams are down in this league, they're still very, very good. And talking with like Copley's head coach fairly recently, talking about how this is the most competitive, well-coached league that he knows of. He was shocked to see how well coached this league is, and it shows. And those Copley kids are pretty good too.
So it's coming up on the staff at Tallmadge. Are there any coaches along the way that have kind of influenced you as a head coach?
Yeah, definitely. Joe Bassilotti would be the one. He was the head coach here from 2002 to 2014. We won, I think, 9 league championships in those years, and made a couple Final Four runs, back-to-back Final Fours. So I got to learn a lot from him, both his intensity when it needed to be, and his even keel attitude when it was appropriate. So I try and coach that way, try and be intense when it's needed, and high or too low on, any one player, even one game for that matter.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys, as a coach and your personality and everything, obviously, we talked about playing in such a tough league and, learning from other people, but that's kind of really what coaching is. It's just picking and pulling from other people's stuff and making it your own. What's your mentality when your team's kind of starting to get down or you're in a tough battle? Like kind of what's your approach when that happens?
Yeah, so a lot of that I hope we accomplish during practice, right? We try and practice the way we're going to play on Friday night. And good example of this, for the first time all year, we mistakes. We're facing a wide open offense that has a lot of playoff experience on it. And next thing you know, we blink and we're down 31-27. And there was no fear, there was no panic. I watched our kids just very silently react and say, all right, we messed up, now it's time to go get it. And to watch them fight back, and even when you fall behind in overtime, when they scored first and we had the ball and we scored and had a decision whether to try and tie it or go for two, looked in those kids' eyes in the huddle and they just knew, Coach, we're going for two and we're going to win it. And I said, yes, we are. Let's go. So it's just, it's fun to see those kids. And luckily at this point in the season, we haven't had a whole lot of negative to react to, but when we do, I trust our kids. They'll know how to respond accordingly.
So what would you say you enjoy most about being a high school football head coach?
Friday night, just the experience. This past Friday was probably the biggest crowd we've had at a game yet. The bands were awesome, the fans were awesome. It was a rivalry game for us back in the day. So to get Green back on the schedule, and I heard the 8, 9, 10-year-old kids chanting "Tallmadge sucks" as we walked off the field at halftime, and it just brought a tear to my eye, because it's kind of funny. You could look at it being bad, but I thought it was very positive. It was the emotion that those kids had for this sport between those two cities, and I thought it was fantastic. And I would expect our kids to feel the same way. So definitely that competition. Any of us that played it at a collegiate or high school level, you stop playing it, you get older, you're not as in shape as you used to be, and you still die. Like you want that competition in your life, and this fills that void very, very well. And to just be part of that with the guys. That locker room bond is special, and it's the same way when you're as a coach as well. When you get that same bond with your coaches and your players, and it's hard to replace.
Yeah, so we talked about Colin Dixon, obviously a standout wide receiver, but you have another All-Ohio returner at quarterback in Ty Hurst. Talk about him a little bit, what type of quarterback he is, and having that, assumed leader role as a quarterback. It's whether you like it or not, you get all the glory and you get all the blame as a quarterback. How he handles adversity.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very, very well. He's he's got 30 plus varsity starts under his belt already. He got 4 starts as a freshman, and then every game sophomore and junior year. And we had a tough playoff loss last year, and he had a huge game in that playoff game. I think he threw for 420 yards and ran for 70 more. But all he'll tell you is he fumbled down by 6 on the half-yard line trying to dive for the pylon, and using that as motivation for his senior year. And he came out and he worked his butt off to get bigger and stronger, and just be even more ready to be more of a leader for this football team. But through 3 games, he's right about 900 yards and 10 touchdowns. We're hopeful that if we can have the kind of season that we want to have, and he has personally, that he can get from that 9,000 to 10,000 yard career number, which is pretty rare, and he has a chance to do that. So, it's not about personal stats, obviously, but it's nice when that stuff does happen, and it shows how hard he's worked, and he's such a leader on the field. He as a coach, he has free reign to check plays pretty much whenever he wants, and he works hard with their offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, to be prepared for every game, and it's going to be hard to replace him someday. I know that, but luckily we don't have to for a little while.
So you had a couple blowout wins in your first 2 games, and then the crazy overtime shootout with Green. So what are your expectations the rest of the season for the Blue Devils?
Yeah, I mean, this sounds like coach speak, but honestly, just to compete and play the best we can. I know the expectations, like outside the program will be what they are, and 7, 8, 9, 10 wins, advance in the playoffs, whatever. We really do just want to take this week by week and play the best we can and get better. We got a couple kids that have been banged up that we'll get back here over the next couple of weeks. That'll help our team too, and I'm just hoping that we peak at the right time. Obviously, we'd love to go 10-0, win a league championship and a regional championship and compete for state championship, and all that stuff is things that kids should strive for. You can't take care of any of that until you win this next week. So that 1-0 mentality is, I know it's coach speak, but you start looking ahead, and you'll be missing some stuff for sure. So.
Yeah, I gotta, hats off to you guys for, the schedule that you guys had to play and everything. And, obviously you guys are in Division III, Region 9, and it's a very difficult region too. So it's, it's not like you guys really ever get a break in your schedule, to say the least. I mean, in your region alone, you got Tallmadge, you have you guys, you have Chardon, Benedictine, Hawken, Gilmore Academy. I mean, I'm going to throw University in there just because I'm biased. But it's a tough region to play in. It's
Canfield, Aurora, keep going.
Yeah. Kenston, like the list goes on and on.
Yeah, very.
All right, Coach. Well,
yeah, you kind of broke it for a second, but it was a Youngstown, Ursuline, Cheney. I was going to say Youngstown, Ursuline, Cheney. The list goes on and on. So it's going to be a battle once we get in. Hopefully we get in.
Well, we appreciate you taking a few minutes of your time to come on with us tonight, and we wish you the best of luck this week against a very good Highland team and the rest of the season.
Ooh. That they are. Appreciate that.
No problem. All right.
Thanks again, Coach.
Have a good night, Coach.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.